Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at VOLCANIon, and while I got one that goes below 1500 CP, which honestly I want to take a look again at the current Sunshine Cup, but that's going to be maybe for a different video. We have some gameplay sent to us here with the VOLCANIon fully XL maxed out in the Open Master League, and the cool thing about this Pokemon is that it's gonna be one that is gonna be able to destroy the current meta of Zacian and Zamazenta. And so I am quite excited to take a look at, what this can do. And let's take a look here today on what it can do. We're going to have a team here with also the Zacian in this one. We're going to have here the Rhyperior against us. Oh, we're going to have some close combat action, I think. And you should be in a very solid spot because Zacian's attack stat is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm curious if this is going to be enough to knock them out. It's non-stab, but it is gonna be enough. And so it's 2-shield VOLCANIon, not with Sludge Bomb, which is interesting, but I guess there are not really a lot of fairy types to hit anymore after 2 steel types took over the meta and you're already a fire type. So I guess Earth Power might be a bit better for this meta. Still curious on what you're gonna hit with that. I guess you can hit the Rhyperior with that, which is a cool thing. That's basically the only Pokemon that I can currently think of that you can hit with this move, but maybe you're gonna see some action, I guess. You can also use it as like a move to not debuff yourself in situations like these, which also would make sense. Let's see what the opponent gonna do here. They go down. I didn't think that this would do that much damage. Sorry, VOLCANIon, I completely underestimated what you can do here today. But as we will see here, there is going to be the Landorus against you, and you're going to go for the shield against the Sandsear Storm. I guess at this point you're going to for one free fast move first before that, but that is alright as well. I think they are in the Ace rank, which honestly doesn't matter at all, because those battles been sent to me the first time VOLCANIon came around, but literally just when the league was changing, so I was holding on to those battles. By the way, if you have some interesting content where you think like, I would love to see that on YouTube as well, showcase my battles, a link is always in every single video down below in the description. I should actually most likely go over that form again and just change it a little bit up, but I haven't done that since, I don't know, 3 years now at this point. But you can send in your gameplay down there. This is where they send in the gameplay as well. I really appreciate it. If you have some fun stuff for either of the current leagues, feel free to do so. I would really appreciate it. Anyway. Well, let's take a look what they're gonna do here. They're gonna do some interesting things here. They're gonna go for one Awkward Tail and just win the battle, which is gonna be absolutely fantastic. So, the first time for me also seeing the battles, we're going to encounter here a very great lead for you. We're going to have the Ho-Oh against you. That's a bit awkward though, because funnily enough, Ho-Oh can go for the Brave Bird here. If you go for your Awkward Tail beforehand, you're not gonna be able to do enough damage. I was thinking that you should have maybe rather used Shield here, but we see a very, very good matchup for you. And then again, I feel like if you went for the Awkward Tail early on, you would have put them into range where Behemoth Blade here would have done enough damage against them as well, so I guess that could have been a bit better here as well. I would have most likely just went for the charge move against the Ho-Oh. Your backline kind of can struggle quite a bit against the Ho-Oh, so I think like just having damage off against the Ho-Oh is going to be the best thing that you can do. And as we'll see here, the full farm down works out quite well, and you can still sub out against that thing. That's kind of alright for you, and you would still be able to go for another Awkward Tail as well. But they sub out here into their own Palkia. You have to go into, I actually don't know, I guess you have to go into the Zacian. You go up to 2 close combats. That is such a smart play, as the Dragon Breath is a triple resisted, it doesn't do enough damage. You will be able to actually get the KO here, but there's still the Ho-Oh lurking. I'm not too sure if you're gonna have the firepower, literally, in order to win this battle here. You gotta get that free fast move in. Here, I guess Sludge Bomb would be better. You let the move go. It's gonna be a Sacred Fire, and it's going to be a double resisted hit. That is such a smart play. I completely forgot about that fire is double resisted on you. That is kind of hilarious. It's like one of the only types that really do that for you. I guess like Fire and Dragon does it as well. But that is cool. And Ho-Oh goes down. So yeah, so far, I really enjoy the gameplay. Anyway, we're going to see here the Palkia. By the way, we see Fire Blast on the Palkia as well. I see even some Reddit people talking about how I popularized this. Don't know if I actually did, but kind of funny. Yeah, it's definitely a cool move there if you don't have your Spatial Rent. Having Fire Blast on it in the current meta. Fire type coverage is absolutely fantastic in the current meta anyway. There is a Pokemon that I want to showcase as well. I don't know if I did it already before. You will see it as well. There's another Fire type in the Open Master League that is completely busted and very, very strong. I wouldn't even say stronger than the VOLCANIon, but Well, you see here already what Volcanion can do. Volcanion has, of course, the stats. This Pokemon goes above 4000 CP, which is fantastic. We have the full farm done coming through here against Ice Fang. Ice Fang, again, also a double resisted hit. Ho-Oh, double resisted fast move damage. The typing of Volcanion is fantastic in the current meta. We have another Earth Power coming through. This allows you to not get debuffed, which is kind of the main thing why you do that, I think. And I would let this move go, most likely. Exactly, because they either have to, they're gonna have to, oh, the shield actually, never mind. Oops. I thought they actually used, I don't know, like, it's alright though, because you're gonna be able to go for double close combat, and I think that's gonna be enough time to knock them out now. I would have let the move go through, especially with the energy that they have on the Zacian, because you still definitely would have won that battle then, because you just do so much damage if they go for Brave Bird, and if they go for the Sacred Fire, they don't do damage against you, so you would have won no matter what. Palkia against Palkia, great to see it in the lead. Your backline, I guess, is alright. The Zacian is alright for it. The issue with Zacian is just like you run play rough. Sometimes maybe that would be alright to knock out. Again, you have to take a close combat basically. I know it's not the greatest there, but as you can see here, Behemoth Blade is not going to do a lot of damage. Not too sure why they didn't just go for the close combat, but maybe they thought they would get to another move. You can take Norco Tail guaranteed from this range, and you see actually a lot of play from the Volcanion. I was wondering if this Pokemon actually has some potential, but yeah, I'm kind of happy though with mine that is below 1500 CP. If I would have had a good one, I do think I would have built it at this point, because it's such an interesting Pokemon. My next mythical, by the way, that I want to build is going to be my shiny and then Shando Meloetta, because I bottle capped it. What is the next mythical Pokemon that you want to build? Let me know down below. There are a lot of good mythical Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and I wish that some of them maybe even would receive even more buffs. But as you see here, we're going to have another victory with this team. I do think this is now the third Palkia versus Palkia in the lead matchup that we've seen here in a row. But as you're going to see as well, we're going to have the Alcatraz coming through from our own Palkia, getting no shielded, and they stop out. They most likely also don't have the correct moveset. I don't know what you're doing. Sorry, I honestly don't know really what you're doing here right now. You have a perfect answer here, but I guess you get the shield, which I guess helps you. That doesn't make sense though, because like, why does the opponent even shield there? You were not even close to Fire Blast. Anyhow, we are not gonna question any of that. And now you can just shield and farm them down, which is alright, I guess, for you. But I do think it would have been better for you just to swap out straight away, to be fair. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But anyway, Palkia. Gonna take an Earth Power here. I don't think it's gonna survive the Earth Power, especially not from this range. And I do think it's best for you to let the move go. Or shield, actually, the shield is so small when you first see it on the Volcanion. I guess it's alright to shield here, though, just in case I have something in the back where you need this Pokemon for. Which is the case, you still will win no matter what. But it's cooler to win with an overheat, right? So that's gonna one-shot them. Good game there. Bye-bye, opponent. Lovely gameplay so far. Honestly, I enjoy the gameplay a lot right now. We're going to have Zacian against your lead. Yeah, alright. Hope we see a Fire Blast land. That was not the lead matchup that I would have imagined, but please just land with this move. Thank you. Unfair against the opponent, of course. They just decided to not play in the beginning. But by the way, I do think it is best for you and for even content or whatever, if the opponent isn't there, just play along. Let's just play the game. Like, I do understand like the aspect of being like, oh, we try to be fair and we're gonna wait. But the game has so many issues. How often this happened to you and the opponent didn't wait? I feel like it should be just normalized that we just gonna move on, because like, we don't know how long we're gonna wait for. Is the opponent even there? A lot of times I actually waited for the opponent and the game just lagged out and I got lost for that. I'm not dealing with that. It's too inconsistent in my opinion. I feel like people should just go ahead and play the way they should be playing. If the game doesn't work for the other opponent, it's one game of the 25 a day. It is alright. I think people are making a little bit too much of a deal out of that. Anyway, there's going to be here an interesting matchup there as well. We're going to have the Gyarados. Oh, there's so many Pokemon right now, by the way, that I want to take a look at in the Open Master League. Yeah, there are a lot of interesting Pokemon that kind of got up now, thanks to the recent change of Volacnion, Zamazenta, that just have some potential that people just don't really see right now. Anyway, we are going to see here a Zacian against our Palkia. We can try to go ahead and go for the Fire Blast, I guess. Let's see what this player is gonna do. Behemoth Blade comes through, which is going to be resisted, even though it doesn't look like it, and you're going to keep that Fire Blast and go into your answer for the Palkia, which is alright. You're going to have now a very solid scenario, unless they don't have... Okay, they don't have Fire Blast, that's great for you. You can take this hit as well. Exactly, it's the best way of playing, because you're going to debuff yourself most likely with Close Combat next, and you're rather go ahead and... Oh, you're going to go for the other move, which is alright as well. I would most likely just went for the Close Combat, just to have the charge move stored already for the next matchup. But I guess Annihilate comes in. That's alright for you. That's maybe even better for you. Shadow Annihilate, a very interesting Pokemon in the current Master League meta, by the way. But they're gonna go for the full counter down, and now you're gonna be a bit in trouble here. This thing can ramp up its pacing there quite fast. I think you still have a Fire Blast though stored on your Palkia, and so you can use a shield here. You can go ahead and go for the Earth Power against the opponent as well. And with that, you should be in a very solid position, as this is going to allow you to get the shield. You have a charge move stored on your other Pokemon. You are kind of screwing that up a little bit there with that, but I think you're still alright. Hope now the Awkward Tail is going to be okay. I think there's a Pokemon in the back with only a few... Oh, never mind, this is Zacian. You could have played it better. You absolutely could have played it better. If you went ahead and stopped out and went for the Awkward Tail and stuff, letting your other Pokemon go down, you would have won this battle, but it is what it is. Mistakes happen. Let's move on. Palkia against Palkia. That is again a matchup that we haven't seen at all here today. Shockingly. They go to the Zacian, and that is a perfect opportunity for you to get out your Fire type and just incinerate them down. I think you should just not go for a charge move here at all. Exactly, I think you're going to try to do that as well, because there is no point. You are going to be able to win this matchup no matter what. Their fast move is double resisted, and you can just go for the Earth Power now and still get 2 off against the opponent's Palkia, and they should be even in range for that. So what else would you really ask for? Like, this is perfect for you. You literally just barely get this move off, but this is going to be absolutely fantastic. Getting the shield here, you can go for the farm down with the Zacian. They have Ho in the back, which I expected at least at this point as well. But you're going to be in such a good position that you are guaranteed winning this battle. There is actually nothing that the opponent can do here anymore to win this battle at all. As long as you shield here, this is the only thing that you need to do, and now you win. Like, there's literally nothing they can do. Yeah, this is going to be a good game, which is, sorry, spoiler alert, there's nothing the opponent can do here at all anymore. Like, what does this Palkia do here against Zacian with a shield? He should just shield just in case they have Fire Blast. That's their only win con. They have Awkward Tail, good game. Like, there's... Like, yeah, go for your Awkward Tails. Like, it literally doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, as you're gonna be able to just go for the charge move here while they have 1 HP in a Dream. They forfeit kind of already as well. They didn't go for force moves anymore themselves. So good game to the opponent. Not to this player. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, we're gonna see here the Palkia coming in with a Dragon Tail. Does that make a difference? I don't think so. Like, honestly, I don't really know why people are running Dragon Tail. It's better to, like, easier to time, I guess, against, like, I don't know, a 5-turn move or whatever, but I don't know what the point is. Funnily enough there, Dragon Tail is the better fast move compared to Dragon Breath, which is funny because nobody is running this move, as Dragon Tail is just clunkier, and that's why it's less used, but also there are some funny things going on with, like, 1-turn fast move, that even if they do a little bit less damage on paper, they can do some more damage when you actually play them, just because, yeah, if you get, like, 1 breakpoint with them, this just adds up over 3 turns compared to a 3-turn move, instead of just 1 turn. Like, if you have a breakpoint with a 3-turn move, it's just going to be 1 damage, basically, while if you have a breakpoint with a 1-turn move in the same speed, basically, you're gonna have plus 3 damage. So that's why 1-turn moves are kind of the best moves in the game. That's why people run Psywave. That's why people run all of those good moves there, just because 1-turn moveset is just the best that you can have. That's why I think as well that we should get more 5-turn moves. They're just having a little bit more power creep there in terms of the damage or energy generation that they have, because they're more difficult to use. So, next opponent, we got to see Kyurem here. In comes Necrozma. That is going to be an interesting Pokemon. This Necrozma, I feel like it kind of picked up a little bit in pace, this Necrozma, because it's going to be, I guess, a bit better against, yeah, it's definitely a little bit better against the new Zacian Zamazenta meta. So I guess that's kind of something interesting to maybe take a look at as well again. But as you see here, we're going to have the Awkward Tail coming through. That's going to get them very, very low. And you're going to be able to just go ahead and get some nice damage in here, getting the farm down, having realignment. And realignment means you have the Kyurem now up against your Palkia, not against the Zacian, instead of your Volcanion, which is going to be cool. Or are you just gonna go into the Volcanion because you're scared of the fire type and ice type damage? I guess that is also still a very good matchup though for yourself, because actually, I completely forgot you resist everything of this Pokemon. That is hilarious. I completely forgot about that. Like, sorry, but ice is double resisted and fire is double resisted. This is the hardest wall to this type of variant. While Dragon Breath is nowadays a little bit more common, yeah, this is hilarious. I completely didn't even realize that on how amazing the typing is in the Master League for this Pokemon. It just completely shuts down certain Pokemon that are top meta currently. That's cool. I don't know, it's just honestly, it's so cool. Anyway, we have here the matchup that is, I think, the worst for your entire team, which is Rhyperior, which is a Pokemon that is insanely common. I honestly am surprised that this is the first Rhyperior I think we've seen so far in all of those battles. It's a tough one, I would say, especially if they even can catch your move there. That is a very, very tough one for you to deal with. Awkward here, I guess it's actually alright that they caught a little bit of damage there from you early on. I guess Close Combat should be nearly enough at this point. I'm just curious on if you not should have shielded your lead matchup, basically, because which Pokemon is now going to deal with the Rhyperior? Like, seriously, which Pokemon is going to do that? You get the shield here, that's cool, but you have, like, no HP on basically anything. I guess you can swap out of here. Maybe you can still go for an Awkward Tail. You're going to get another. I guess now you're alright, because you have Earth Power on your other Pokemon, and this is going to get the guaranteed shield, and it's a CMP type. So you can let this move go, you can go to your Volcanion, you still take way too much damage from this Pokemon here, but it is still the best way of dealing with it. If they go for Breaking Swipe, you still have the option too. Okay, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that he would still get to the Close Combat there, literally with 1 HP. I would have not risked that, but it's going to work out absolutely perfect because I hardwall the opponent here. But yeah, that is very risky. That was a very, very risky play. I think that going into the Volcanion would have made more sense there. But surviving with 1 HP, of course, if you would know that you survive exactly with 1 HP, then good game there. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Interesting gameplay here. Volcanion definitely worth building. Like, absolutely. Looks like an amazing Pokemon in the current meta. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And I will see you then. Bye-bye.